Ah, Italy. Just saying the word feels like a warm embrace. It tastes like sunshine. It sounds like laughter echoing down a cobblestone alleyway. Everyone thinks they know Italy. They picture the Colosseum standing proud against a Roman sky. They imagine gondolas gliding silently through Venetian canals. They dream of that perfect slice of pizza in Naples. And look, they're not wrong. That Italy is magnificent. It's the grand, beautiful postcard you send back home, a testament to a history and culture that has shaped the very world we live in. It's a place of immense beauty and undeniable charm, a destination that has captured hearts for centuries. But I'm here to tell you something. That Italy, the one you see in all the films and read about in all the books, is just the beginning. It's the glorious theatrical overture to an opera that is far deeper, richer, and more wonderfully complex than you could ever imagine. The real Italy, the one that gets under your skin and stays with you forever, is found in the spaces in between. It's in the quiet conversations, the shared meals, the local secrets passed down through generations. It's a country that rewards the curious, that opens its heart to those who are willing to look just a little bit closer, to wander off the beaten path. So, I invite you on a different kind of journey. Forget the checklist for a moment. Let's peel back the layers together. Let's look past the magnificent facade and find the soul of the place. When people talk about Italian food, they often mean three things: pizza, pasta, gelato. This is what I call the holy trinity of the tourist menu. And don't get me wrong, they are divine. A perfect Neapolitan pizza with its charred, pillowy crust, San Marzano tomatoes, mozzarella, basil is a life-changing experience. A bowl of fresh pasta, lovingly handmade and tossed in a rich, slow-simmered ragu, is the very definition of comfort. And a scoop of creamy, artisanal gelato on a hot afternoon, it's pure, unadulterated joy. But to stop there is like listening to only the first three notes of a symphony. The true culinary landscape of Italy is a wild, sprawling, and fiercely regional tapestry. Head to Sicily and you'll find flavors infused with Arab and Greek history. Think arancini, those golden fried balls of risotto with savory fillings, or pasta con la sarde, sardines, wild fennel, raisins, pine nuts. Travel north to the mountains of Trentino Alto Adige, and the food changes completely. Here, the influence is more Germanic and Austrian. Forget olive oil. Here, butter and cream often take center stage. You'll discover cannedurli, wonderful bread dumplings studded with speck, served either in a rich broth or with melted butter and cheese. It's the food of alpine pastures and cozy winter nights, a world away from the sun-baked flavors of the South, yet every bit as Italian. And that's the secret. There is no single Italian food. There is the food of Bologna, the food of Puglia, the food of Sardinia. Every region, every town, guards its culinary traditions with a passion that is almost religious. We are rightly in awe of Italy's grand architectural statements. The Duomo in Florence, with its magnificent dome, is a triumph of human ingenuity. St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City is so vast and ornate, it feels like it was built by gods, not men. These are the places that draw the crowds, the monuments that define the skyline. But the soul of Italy is often found in quieter places. It's in the crooked, narrow streets of a medieval hill town in Umbria or Tuscany. Buildings leaning into each other as if sharing secrets, stones polished smooth by the hands of generations. Walking these alleys, you feel an immediate personal connection to the past. Think of the Trulli of Alberobello in Puglia. Conical-roofed stone huts built without mortar, like something from a fairy tale. Born from ancient building techniques and some say a clever way to avoid old property taxes. Walking among them feels like stepping into another world. Wander the Sassi of Matera, cave dwellings carved into rock, one of the oldest continuously inhabited settlements on Earth. A labyrinth of homes, churches, and alleyways stacked vertically. Once seen as poverty and shame, now celebrated as an example of human adaptation and resilience. The stones here don't just tell a story, they are the story. They speak of hardship, of faith, of an unbreakable bond. This is where you find Italy's deep, resonant heartbeat. Italy's history is not just carved in stone, it's alive in the air, whispered in legends that haunt its landscapes. Everyone knows the grand narrative of Rome, the rise and fall of the empire, the gladiators, the Caesars. It's a history of epic proportions, a story of power, conquest, law that laid the groundwork for Western civilization. But beneath this official history lies a deeper, more mystical layer of storytelling. These are the legends, the folklore, the tales that have been passed down not by scholars, but by grandparents around a fire. In Naples, The legend of the Sibyl of Cumae still echoes from her ancient cave. She was a prophetess, an oracle whose cryptic verses were said to hold the secrets of the future. Travel to Venice, a city that seems to float on water, and you will hear tales of ghosts, cursed palaces. There's the story of the Palazzo Dario, said to bring financial ruin and a tragic end to all who own it. Or the ghost of Biasio, the butcher of the Cannaregio district, who supposedly made sausages out of children and whose spirit is said to still lurk nearby. Even the landscape itself is imbued with legend. The Dolomite Mountains are said to have once been dark, rocky peaks until a prince married a moon princess who was saddened by their gloom. He made a pact with the gnomes of the forest, who then wove moonlight into nets and cast them over the mountains, turning them into the pale, ethereal pale mountains they are today. These legends are Italy's other history. They explain the unexplainable. They give meaning to the natural world, and they connect the people to their home in a way that facts and dates never could. They are the poetry of the land. When you picture an Italian beach, your mind probably flies to the Amalfi coast. You see the dramatic cliffs, the pastel-colored houses clinging precariously to the rock, and the chic beach clubs with their neat rows of orange and blue umbrellas. It is, without a doubt, one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world. It's glamorous, it's iconic, and it's a spectacle of natural and man-made beauty working in perfect, breathtaking harmony. The water is a deep, alluring blue, and the atmosphere is one of sophisticated leisure. But Italy is a long peninsula, with nearly 5,000 miles of coastline, and its secrets are washed by more than just the Tyrrhenian Sea. Look further south, to the very heel of the boot, in Puglia. Here you will find the Salento Peninsula, a region fringed with beaches that rival the Caribbean. I'm talking about places like the Maldives of Salento, where the sand is powdery white and the water is a translucent turquoise. The vibe here is completely different. It's more rustic, more relaxed, and profoundly connected to the agricultural land that lies just beyond the dunes. It's where Italian families go for their long August holidays, a place of simple seaside trattorias and lazy, sun-drenched afternoons. Now let's journey to an island, not Capri, but Sardinia. Specifically, the Gulf of Arose on the eastern coast. This stretch of coastline is wild, rugged, and largely inaccessible by car. To reach its most stunning coves, like Cala Luna or Cala Golorizza, you have to either hike for hours through fragrant Mediterranean scrub or, more sensibly, hire a small boat. What you find there feels like a lost world. Towering limestone cliffs plummet into water of an impossible electric blue. These are not beaches for lounging with a cocktail. They are beaches for adventure, for feeling a sense of awe at the raw, untamed power of nature. And this is the joy of Italy's shores. There is a beach for every mood, for every dream. There are the wide, sandy expanses of Tuscany, perfect for families. There are the undiscovered, pebbly coves of the Canaro Riviera with their dramatic white cliffs. There are the volcanic, black sand beaches of the Aeolian Islands, each with its own unique character. To truly know Italy's coast is to understand that its beauty is not monolithic. It is a long, gorgeous, and endlessly varied conversation between the land and the sea, and there are always new and wonderful stretches of sand waiting to be discovered.